Brad Teare, and tonight I want to continue this underpainting. Now it's dry to the touch. It's been a few days at least, and I want to scrape this down, and then I'm going to glaze and scumble additional colors over the top. Now this band of color here, this distant bluff, is way too monotonous. I mean, the color, when it shifts, it just slightly shifts, and there's no really feeling of texture or believability in this particular section here. This might be a little too light. Now this is a part of the mountain or the bluffs. It starts to flatten out a little bit as it comes into this flatter area, and it should be picking up a lot of light, but this might be too much light and it might be a little too warm. Same with this. This could be a little too warm. I might want to put some purples into that. So I'm just going to start experimenting my glazing. Now when I put on a glaze, what I mean by that is just a very thin wash of color without any white in it. And now a scumble has some white or opaque pigment like yellow ochre or cadmium red, some pigment that will block or obscure the colors beneath. So if you scumble this with some titanium white and some cadmium red, it will start to bring the value up, lighter. As I glaze this will, no matter what color you glaze with, it's going to drop the color down, lower. It won't be as noticeable with, say, a yellow, like a lemon yellow, which is very transparent, or hence a yellow light or something like that. But this is going to be a little tricky here, and I haven't quite figured out exactly what I want to do, so it's going to entail a little bit of experimentation, which is okay, because at this point I can modify any additional paint I put on the canvas, and that's the whole idea of the underpainting. If this node of color here is not right, if the value isn't correct, the painting's not going to work, so I've got to get that to work. These values down here are working pretty good. This is working overall pretty good. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is add some purples and greens up into here. Try to lower that value down just a little bit. And then I need to add some greens and a little bit of browns. You need to get rid of the high chroma of that red and put in a little more purple shadow. Kind of break up the space a little bit more so it looks a little bit more dark and light, so it's just not one single shape. This paint is very, very thin. Okay, my reference doesn't have this road getting this dark at the bottom, but I've learned from past experience if I have that road too bright at the bottom, it just doesn't work. So I'm gonna shift it down to a cooler lower value at the bottom. Well, that's basically how I do an underpainting. Now I might put a very slight glaze over that of purple. We'll just have to see. But basically, that's it. Thank you.